Hi, I'm going to illustrate how you can model this part in Onshape. Is a model menu. If you go to the model menu SolidWorks, you can see the drawings of this part here. And let's see how you can model this part. I'm using Onshape and start a new part studio 202 menu. The first thing we need is we need how to sketch this front view. You can see it's 70 by 7 by 100, as you can see. Therefore, I'll start by this view. Therefore, I need to go back to the front view, sketch normal, and a circle of 70 and an offset of 7, and I need a line here. This is from this center here to this center is 100. Therefore, I did 100 here because it goes to the center of a circle that with a 15. This one to be 15. But now this one is for the construction. You don't have what you can see from this view. You don't have a hole. I'm using this for construction. Then I need this line that extends up to this distance from the edge of this circle here. There's a 7. From this edge to here we have a 7. Therefore, if I have my line here, line this to be tangent, let me trim here. Then I need to identify the distance of this line. The angle is 15. 15, you can see this at 15. Then from this point to the circle here have to be 7. Then I have to trim this side. Oops. And the line here. Then I can trim. I lost the dimension here. That is 100. Let me now extrude. I like using symmetry with 70. You can see here is a 70. Okay. Then I need another sketch on top view because now I want to make this sketch here. Okay. And a line from this point to this point, a line from this point to this point, an arc like that. This arc has to be tangent here, also tangent to this, and tangent to this. Then if I go back to my sketch one, these centers are coincident like that. Okay, now maybe you can complete like that. Okay, then I need to cut, remove, change direction like that. Then I need this hole of 15. Therefore, go back to top view, sketch 15 here. I want this and this to be concentric. Then I want this and this to be equal. Because you can't assign equality these two, I want to do some trick. I want to go back to sketch one here and put a point in the point here. That point, just the trick I want to use here. I want to make my sketch intelligent. If one changes, the other have to change. Consider as a fully defined. Always try to make your sketch intelligent as much as possible. I have to remove, I have to go through all, then have to hit the sketch. Next step is you can see we have this cutout and we have a draft of 7. 7 degrees here. Therefore, there are two ways of making a cutout here. Simplest one is using a shell of 7. With a cutout, you can see how fast it is. But let me use another method is called surfaces method. I want to offset this surface here by offset surface here by 7, like that. Okay, let me first of all hide this part, then extend this. I can move boundary by 5, then extend the surface here, yeah, like that. So that if I bring back my part, you can see now the surface overlaps my part. Then you can go top view. I want to use this method because is so that I can teach something concerning how you can use hybrid modeling surfaces and part. I need to offset this by 7. Same case to this line by 7. Same case here by 7. Then I want to use this line. I can trim, but Onshape doesn't care if you don't trim, it still works like that. Now I have my sketch. Using this sketch I can cut. If I go now to extrude here, this sketch, remove. Now this is something I want to illustrate. As you can see, if you cut like this, I'm cutting a through. Let me hide my surface here. You can see I'm cutting through. I want to start with an offset, starting offset here. This one is it was introduced some weeks ago. I can have an offset maybe 100. I can do an offset from this surface. We do have a distance of 100. Then it starts to cut. Now I want to interchange to go down, but now I want to go to part. Which part? The surface. Boom. Can see we got the same thing. We got the same thing as using the shell command. Okay, now next step is to draft. Let me draft by 7. Neutral plane to use top entities to draft all these faces here, like that on top. See what happens if you draft after extrude. This is what happens. Therefore, draft before extrude to fix your to fix your geometry. Parting line for the proof direction, still top. Parting lines, I'm using parting lines because now I can't select a face. For this scenario, you have to use parting lines. See how it happens. Let's see what happens when I select neutral plane, entities draft. Neutral plane, let me use top. Entities, this face. I can interchange. See what happens. You can see what happens here. The reason why I'm suggesting we have to use a parting line in this scenario. You can see now from top view, I have my geometry is okay. Next is let me delete the surface, I don't need it. Next is I have to fillet by 3. Fillet this face. Let me select edge instead of a face. Oops, I don't need this face, this edge. Yeah, like that. Then I want to use to mirror this part using top plane. You can still use a mate connector also to mirror like that. You can see. Then fillet 3, this edge has some issues. Okay, let's figure out what's happening here. Go back to before the mirroring. Draft, let me see my draft 7. After another draft here, okay, 7, that's fine. Yeah, we have a 7, but this, you can see here, the problem is this edge is 7, but this one is 5. Something happened. Let's go back to the sketch here and see what happens here. Sketch. It is a sketch that has a problem, root word. Now the sketch, now the fillet can work. 3, yeah, 3. Okay, now to assign appearance of this, then select your fillet here, assign appearance of red, like that. You can see that's how you model this part using Onshape. Thank you. Stay tuned for more.